how to finally find your signature scent and wear it right. That's what we're tackling today, because let's be real, a lot of guys have no clue how to actually use cologne. Maybe you're spraying too much, or maybe you're picking the wrong scent for the wrong season, or maybe you don't have a signature scent yet. But by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to build a fragrance wardrobe, apply cologne the correct way, and choose scents that fit your style and the seasons. Y'all know what time it is. Let's get to smelling. Listen, if this is your first time here, make sure to go ahead on and subscribe, follow, and like this video. Be notified, because you do not want to miss the latest fire content that I'm always uploading. Before we dive in, if you're looking to sample high-end fragrances without committing to a full bottle, check out Nowicki Decants. Nowicki Decants lets you smell high-end fragrances for less. If you want to be able to have access to these high-end luxury scents for a fraction of the cost, then this will be the way to go. Use my code MASTERPIECE for 10% off. Listen, I am a firm believer of trying before you buy, and this is definitely the way to go. Check it out. We're going to start with some rules, some basic rules of fragrance. All right, yes, fragrances has rules. And some of these rules are, we're gonna start with 2 to 4 sprays max. Oh my goodness. Gentlemen, I cannot express how many times I've seen guys who think they have to just spray and spray and spray cologne on their clothes and their body to get their scent that they're trying to project. That's wrong. Don't do that. Remember, less is more. Oh my God. Not only do you look like a rookie, but you also look kind of dumb, because if you're like myself, you actually invest in colognes, and these fragrances aren't cheap. So I'm not gonna just keep spraying all everywhere and wasting my good paid cologne. No. 2 to 4 sprays max. So, and always apply on your skin. Let me explain something to you. If you're doing toilettes, remember, toilets have a lower alcohol content. So with the toilet, you can definitely get away with 4 to 6 sprays. Now, you can do this because, like I said earlier, a toilet has less alcohol content. So when I do a toilet, I like to spray, you can spray each side of your neck, behind your neck, front of your chest, forearms, that's your 6, okay? But when you start getting into like your EDPs, your perfumes, and your extracts, you kind of want to be mindful of what you do. Never, ever spray on clothes. There is an exception, but you don't want to get in the habit of spraying on clothes. Why? Because if you're like me, I like wearing good clothes, and clothes aren't cheap. So I don't want to stain my clothes. And gentlemen, when you start wearing like colognes higher end, the extracts, those are oil based. That's gonna stain up your clothes. You're gonna get upset. Don't get upset with nobody but yourself. So we don't want to do that, but there is an exception. What's the exception? Well, if you're using like an EDP, okay, something kind of light, not too bad, you can spray on your clothes, but not directly. What do I mean? So if you're spraying, you spray, and then you kind of walk into the midst. That's what I do every blue moon. After I've put my cologne where it needs to rest, then I'll spray and just walk into it, okay? So that's the only exception for spraying on your clothes. You have something called pulse points. Your pulse points are behind your ears. You have pulse points on your wrists. You have pulse points around your neck. And what happens is, once your body heat starts to get higher, well, aroma is going to expand. So the smart thing, obviously, is to use cologne when your body heat reaches a certain temperature. I used to play ball back in the day, and I'd be out there playing ball, man, you start sweating and, you start stinking. Well, because this is just, your body heat is emitting sweat, which has a smell. Well, let's do the opposite. When our body heat is actually high, well, let's use a good cologne, right? So in order to maximize the best out of that opportunity, we got to hit those pulse points. You know, your wrist, I don't like to just go my wrist. I like to spray my wrist up, okay, to the forearm. Why? Because I hug people, I dap them up and hug. Well, when I hug you and bring you into my space, I want you smelling, you know, you're gonna get my forearm, then I'll spray my neck, because when I'm in close to you, you automatically be like, yo, I ain't trying to smell you, but I smell you. That's what you want. When someone enters your scent bubble, that's all you want, because now you're fair game. When you come into my scent bubble, you're but mine. That's just how I look at it. All right, no diddy. But no, seriously, you know, I want to now have you saying, wow, he smells so freaking good. Exactly. All right, so you can apply your wrist, you can apply the back or apply the back of your ear, you can apply your neck, side of your neck, front of your chest. Like I say, if it's a toilet, you can do 6, but if it's a EDP, I would say 4 sprays max, and you can choose where you want. If it's an extract, 2 sprays. This is why you spend the money, right? This is, and some colognes cost from, I don't care if you spend $100, but some cologne fragrances cost from $500 up to $1,200, $1,300. And if I'm spending a mortgage payment on a cologne, you better believe I'm gonna rock it till Jesus come back. All right? I'm gonna run this cologne as long as I can. But there's a reason the cologne costs as much as it does, because it's built to last. Meaning I don't have to take a scent like this. This is some Blue Sky. I was using it for an experiment from Bell's Outlet. This you got to spray 1,000 times just for it to last 30 minutes. But no. If you got one of them Bodacia Victoria type colognes, 2 sprays. That's it. You can choose wherever you want. 2 sprays. That's it. Watch it do its work. Here's another thing. Gentlemen, do not rub your wrists together. Oh my God, man, I cannot express how many times I see guys do that mistake. I like to let my grandmother smell my colognes. And this particular time, I took my cologne to my grandmother and I said, Grandma, I want you to smell this cologne. She said, what, baby, what you got? I said, Grandma, smell the cologne. So I took it and put it on her wrist. The first thing she did, she didn't even smell it. I said, Grandma, what are you doing? What are you doing? She said, baby, I got to get the cologne, the scent in. I say, no, you don't do that. She said, well, why? I say, because when you rub your wrists together, what's happening is you're destroying the top notes. People, you got to remember, cologne have layers, okay? And I like to look at it as if it's a flower. A flower opens up, you know, it opens slow. Well, this is your top notes. When you first spray your cologne, you have the top notes. And sometimes those top notes could be citrusy, it could be woody, it could be fresh, it could be whatever. That's what first grabs your attention. But if you wait a little while, after a while, the mid note starts to open up. And then before you know it, the dry down. Me and my friend, we went to Neiman Marcus, and I took this one particular cologne, and I told him, I said, hey bro, I want you to try this cologne. So I sprayed it on him. He was like, nah, I don't like that, bro. I said, hey man, what you're smelling is the top note. I said, but what's gonna get you is the mids and the dry down. Nah, bro, I don't like this cologne. I'm like, bro, I'm telling you, So no joke, 6 to 8 hours later, he calls me. He's like, yo, Rod, man, you weren't lying. Man, that smells so good. I say, bro, I tried to tell you. I tried to tell you, man. So you got to give your cologne time, because sometimes, like the old expression, the best for last, sometimes the best comes last. And that dry down, when you're like, woo, man, it smells so good, I almost want to bite myself. Like seriously. So you definitely got to remember that colognes have 3 levels: your upper, your mid, and your base note. But here's a tip. Here's a tip for when you apply. Spray the back of your neck. Why? Because I interact with a lot of people. And one thing about me, when I leave a conversation, if we're shaking hands, whatever we're doing, if we're talking, when I leave the conversation, you're gonna still smell me. Why? because I always spray the back of my neck. What happens is it creates a scent trail. So when I walk past somebody, they smell me. Have you ever had somebody walk past you and they stink? You be like, oh gosh. Happens all the time when I'm in the gym, right? See, but I'm doing the opposite. When I walk past you, I don't stink. You're like, dang. And gentlemen, for those of you who wear your cologne and your fragrances, for the ladies, oh, let your fragrance do the talking. Ladies love to act like they're not paying attention, but in reality, they be paying attention. You know, if you walk past a couple of ladies and you got your eyes on one of them and you got your nice fragrance on, you done sprayed some on the back of your neck and you looking good, man, when you pass them, they gonna be like, girl, who is that? They be like, oh girl, that's so. You be like, Then before you know it, hey, how you doing? I'm doing good. The power of fragrance. Now we need to understand the power of building your fragrance wardrobe. Gentlemen, you cannot just have one bottle of cologne and swear that's all you need. Not if you're gonna take this life serious. You see, I take this life serious. I pride myself in smelling good. I don't just want to look good, I want to smell good too. Why? Because scents creates memories. You see what I'm saying? You need to have your own signature scent. If all you got is, this light blue or blue sky, you're creating the wrong signature scent. Have your scent so to when people see you, they automatically can smell you without smelling you. Well, what do you mean? I was in second grade and my second grade teacher, she always wore some kind of perfume. I don't know what it was, but I always knew the smell. Classroom smelled like her. When I got home, I could still smell her. Do you know, to this day, this has been many years ago, to this day, if I'm out in public or somewhere or a lady passed me, I'm like, man, my mind instantly goes back to my second grade teacher. Why? Because scents can create memories that last a lifetime. I will remember my second grade teacher by her smell till the day I die. Literally. So you want to have the same type of impression. When someone looks at a bottle of cologne or look at you, they automatically remember what you smell. And gentlemen, here's a tip. If you're trying to grab that woman or catch her attention, scent is the way to do it. Because a woman will remember the very first conversation based off not just how you look, but how you smelt. If you was musky, she gonna remember that because you probably ain't gonna get a second chance. But if you smell good, she's gonna say, oh, he smells so good. My wife, till this day, still says, I still remember the scent you smelled like when we met or when we used to talk. I'm like, oh, okay, that's what's up. So it is power in choosing your signature scent. You also need to understand when to wear your cologne, okay? Meaning your day versus your night colognes. Day scents are more lighter. They're fresh, your deep scents. That's when you want to wear them at nighttime, okay? So understand, you just can't wear the same scent that you're wearing for daytime, you wear it at nighttime too and think, oh yeah, I am a scent guru. No, you're not. You are a rookie, okay? So some day type scents, you could do something like Dior Sauvage EDT, the toilette. It's citrusy. You could do an aqua profundo. It's aquatic. Just think, daytime, bright type stuff. You could do a Chanel Allure Home. It's sporty, right? And at nighttime, you can do something like YSL. It has that cardamom that's so sweet. It's perfect for dates. If you're going on a date, you don't want to wear something aquatic. Think something sweet, something, spicy, something that's gonna make her be like, I like this guy. You could do something like an Armani Code perfume, something that's just ultra masculine. And also understand that there's a difference from what you wear casually and formal, right? Meaning you don't wear the same scent to the gym that you would to a wedding. When I go to the gym, this right here is Eternity by Calvin Klein. I like wearing this to the gym. It's light, it's an EDT, and sometimes I'll layer it with something else, but for the most part, I'll just spray some, on my neck, because I know I'm gonna be at the gym, I'm gonna be around a lot of other people, and a lot of that funk's gonna be in the air, but that don't mean I have to be funky, but still, I'm not taking my good stuff. That's crazy, right? You can do something like a Blue Day Chanel EDT. Think toilets. A lot of your toilets will be perfect for your casual because, they work anywhere. The gym, if you're even going to the office, something that's not going to be too strong. Nothing too strong to the office. And then if it's a formal, you want to think, I need to look my best, right? If we're going to a wedding, well, I need to dress the occasion. I'm not wearing this blue sky to my sister's wedding. No, this is a very special occasion. I need to think Creed Aventus. I know y'all might be tired of Creed Aventus, but Creed Aventus is the king for a reason. And when I wear it, people are gonna say, he mean business. That's right. Creed Aventus, Tom Ford Oud Wood is elegant. Dior Home Intense is ultra classy. So you want to wear the right fragrance for the right season. Don't just think, well, one fragrance bottle is all, not if you're going to take this serious. Now, this is for the gentleman who's taking this serious. If you just want to, get you a little bit of one cologne that you got from Burlington, I'm not knocking Burlington, but be like, yo, I'm a Kangaroo, I'm good. All right, well, you stay on that side. But this is for the fellas who, hey, you want to learn, you want to step your game up. Don't do that, all right? You want to get your signature scent, and you want to make sure you're wearing the correct fragrance for the perfect season, the time, and all of those things, okay? Mentioning the seasons, that's very important. That is so important because you can't just wear one fragrance for summer, winter, spring, and fall. Did you know your cologne have seasons? That's right. And some of these, okay, think spring. Spring, what do you see in spring? What do you think of when spring? Birds tweeping, flowers starting to bloom, stuff like that. So you want to wear spring type fragrances, your green fragrances, your florals, your fresh scents, like a MFK Aqua. That's a good one. It's airy, it's effortless, right? Summertime, what do you think about in the summertime? I think of I love me some watermelon. I'm from the South, but I think, fruit, citrusy, oranges, lemons, aquatic, something like Dolce and Gabbana, light blue intense. It's zesty, right? But then you have the fall. And this is the best time I love wearing my colognes, the fall and the winter. Fall, you want to think spicy, woody, warm scents. What do you think of? You think of, leaves falling, Thanksgiving dinner with the family, these type of things. So I would say something like Parfums de Marly Herod. It has that tobacco, right? Has that cinnamon. Or in the wintertime, bold. That's when the air is the thinnest. I'm in Florida. It don't snow here, but it gets cold. But for you guys, all right, probably, snows and whatnot. Well, think how those scents, they kind of stick to you, in a good way. When they go out, they're here, they're bold. You have this strong scent bubble, right? So I like to think of something with vanilla, some tobacco, some oud-based scents, right? Cinnamon. Here's another one, Parfums de Marly Carlisle. It has that apple, it has that vanilla. I got one that I love wearing during the fall and wintertime, and it's Parfums de Marly's Ozone. Man, Ozone has that cinnamon, and it just gives you that Christmas vibe. You're gathered with the family. It has that cinnamon flavor. I wouldn't wear this in the summer. Not down here in Florida. Man, I put some Ozone on, man, it's gonna stink. Because it's gonna burn the literal flesh off my body because the sun is hitting and that cinnamon is gonna start cooking me and it's gonna be bad. So you got to know when to wear your fragrances, okay? So remember, springtime, you wanna think fresh, bright, summertime, aquatic, and the fall time, tobacco, some vanilla. In the wintertime, you want bold. Now that you know how to find your signature scent and wear it the right way, let's take it up a notch. A great cologne is only one part of the equation, but you also need to know how to make it last all day. Most guys don't realize they're applying it wrong and it's fading way too fast. But I got you. All you do is click this video over here and I'm gonna break it down how to put on cologne that will last long. Trust me, this is a game changer. And as always, stay bold and stay fresh.